Obamacare for 2011, for 2012, which would mean not one single bit of it would be implemented until we have a new presidential election, a new president, and we could put the repeal on the new president's desk for January 20th, 2013, so that he could, I would put it on the podium on the west portico of the Capitol when he takes the oath of office and starts to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Then he could put his hand down, pick up the pen, and we can repeal Obamacare. Now we can have replacements in place, but we can repeal Obamacare more than a year before it's actually enacted. That's 2014. In that period of time, we can put in the smart changes that are there. I'm remiss if I'm not saying to you all, thank you for coming out, to the organizers there, for Steve McQueen for being part of that, for also Brad Amon for putting this together in Quincy. I'm jealous of what you're doing in Quincy because President Obama made 3 stops in Iowa a couple of days ago, and yes, we mounted some rallies, but you're outdoing us there in Quincy. So congratulations, right now you're the national champions in resistance to this socialization of our challenge Iowans to do better, and we're gonna try to have the rest of the country challenged as well. So thanks to all of you, to Jim Hoff for unleashing some of this, Bill Hennessy, John Loud. And by the way, to the Flynn's there in Quincy, I have a daughter-in-law who comes from a Flynn family. You're doing a great job of raising kids. I want to tell you that as well. Then the last thing that I'll conclude with before I yield this chair to some people more articulate than I, is this, that we're also watching in Arizona, as Arizona has stepped up to mirror federal immigration law. And then we're watching Representative Raul Grijalva, who represents Southern Arizona, tell people, stay out of Arizona, don't do conventions here, don't do business here, boycott Arizona. Nuts. Arizona is stepping up to fulfill the obligation that the federal government should be fulfilling. I support immigration law. And all of us, we're piling in on this thing together. 100% repeal of Obamacare. The denationalization of the takeover of our private sector, put it back in the public sector again so we can run our companies in this country, and we're going to oppose amnesty all the way. So thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Congressman John Shadegg, who happens to be from Arizona, and I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. I am really impressed and very pleased that there is a group of Americans who still believe in freedom and are willing to show up and carry the fight forward today when it is being threatened more than it ever has been in my lifetime. Steve talked a little bit about the threat to freedom caused by Obamacare. I believe it is the worst piece of legislation that has ever passed the United States Congress or been signed into law, and I think it's very important as you go forward in this battle to remind Americans that legislation of that size and scope has never before in the history of this nation passed on a purely partisan basis. This is the first time ever that one party has